Hi everyone and welcome to Autumn with the Sussex Handmade Soap Company. I'm Anne and together with my business partner Wayne we form the Sussex Handmade Soap Company. We are based in Hastings in the UK and we specialise in making handmade natural products. However, today we are throwing a spanner in the works and we are actually doing something we have never done before, and I don't mean never done on camera, I mean never ever done. And we are actually deviating just slightly from our natural roots, and we're actually going to be making a soap today with a fragrance oil. We have never used fragrance oils in our soaps before. We always stick to the essential oils, just because we like using all the natural ingredients. But we thought, you know, people like different things. That's what makes this world such a crazy place to live, and everyone is a little bit different. Everyone likes something different. So today we are using a fragrance oil. We are using an apple and cinnamon fragrance oil to create a really autumnal looking and smelling soap. The fragrance oil that we're using, it is a safe synthetic one. It has not got any parabens, it is vegan, and it has not got any phthalates. Not got any of these things here. Not sure how to pronounce them, but it doesn't have any of them anyway. So as far as fragrance oils go, it is, you know, it's a safe one and it's been tested and it's safe for skin. And to be honest, the essential oils have usage limits on them as well, because if you use too much essential oil, that's still not going to be safe. So as long as you work within the limits, we're confident that, you know, they're safe. So it's personal preference as to which you prefer. So today we are experimenting with our first fragrance oil soap, and it's going to be an autumn themed one, and we're going to be using a red mica in it as well, and then decorating it with some autumny themed bits just to give it a real calming, lovely autumn hug from us to you. So I've waffled on far too much. Let's get to making that autumn soap. So today we've got our oils and lye water both at around about 105 degrees Fahrenheit. And we're going to add the cooled lye water into those liquid oils. Then we're going to bring them to a light trace today. And now this is the part where it gets a little bit scary for me, because this is where we need to add in the fragrance oil. As I said in the intro, we have never ever used fragrance oils in soaps before. I've got this fragrance oil purely because on the side I make a few candles here and there and I use fragrance oils in them. So this is Cinnamon Apple from a company called Candle Shack. It is safe for use in soap. What I've had to do is check the IFRA document, which tells me what percentage of this specific fragrance can be used in soap, and it can be used at 2.22%. So to work out that percentage, what I had to do is calculate the weight of all the oils in here, all the lye, and 10% of the water. And that totaled 926 grams. And then what I do is divide that by 100, which gives me 9.26. And then times it by 2.22%, or rather times it by 2.22, and that gives me 20.37. So I know that I can use 20.37 grams of that fragrance oil in this soap. I've rounded it down to 20 because that's easier. I know that fragrance oils can behave a little bit funny in soap sometimes. Because this is predominantly a candle website that I bought this one from, it doesn't tell me how it's going to behave in cold process soap. So I'm going to tip it in and hope for the best, but it could cause it to seize, it could accelerate, it could go funny. So we are just going to literally be experimenting and crossing our fingers. And if it does go funny, we will just have to quickly rethink our design and go with something else. But I hope it works because it smells absolutely delicious. It is so much stronger than essential oils, which you kind of expect with fragrance oils, but it really does smell autumny. You can smell those spices, you can smell that cinnamon and that apple, and it smells gorgeous. So I'm just going to work it in nicely, and then I'm going to split off 1/3 of this batter, and then we're going to colour the remainder. So 1/3 of the batter split off. We are now going to colour the remaining 2/3 with some mica, which again we don't often use a whole lot of mica. This one is called Sangria. It's from a company called Resonate, who do kind of natural or nature identical micas that have all been ethically sourced. We are going with, I say the colour Sangria because I'm hoping that's going to give us a pretty kind of apple red colour. I've also got some brown and some orange mica in reserve, just in case once this goes into the soap it starts to look a little bit more pink, which is my worry with using this colour. If it does start to look a little bit pink, I may well pop in a little bit of brown or a little bit of red just to try and darken up the colour a bit. And I added about 1/2 teaspoon of the mica, and I mixed it with a little of our liquid oils as well. So that is what is going in to this one. At the minute the colour's looking quite a nice apple red. I'm well aware that once the soap is actually set up it may change colour, but that's not something I can really predict while I'm making the soap. So as long as it's looking okay while I'm making, I'm going to go with the colour that I've got. I'm pretty happy with this one. Might just give it a quick whiz with the stick blender just to thicken it up very slightly, and then we're going to do an in the pot swirl. So I thicken that just a little, just enough so that when I pour in our other 1/3 of batter, it doesn't kind of muddy together, but I want it fairly thin so it pours into the mould nicely. And all I'm going to do for the in the pot swirl is hold this remaining 1/3 of batter nice and high up, so it's going to be off the camera screen. I'm messing my words up today. And I'm just going to sort of drizzle it all in, like so, using the spatula to pull out the last remaining little bits. And normally what I do at this stage is dunk the spatula in and swirl it around a bit, but I'm going to leave it today just to see how it comes out without additional stirring, because quite often I stir them and then I think I've stirred them too much. So we're just going to go straight in. We're pouring into the mould this time. And I did hold that quite high again, purely because I just want those colours to kind of blend by themselves a little. My goodness, I can hear an ice cream van in the background. I want an ice cream now. I was just about to say this reminds me of toffee apples, but now I'm just thinking of ice creams. Why is the ice cream man out today? It's cold. Mind you, I don't care if it's cold, I'd still eat an ice cream whether it's hot or cold.
I prefer ice cream when it's cold.
The weather, not the... If you had an ice cream that's hot, it's just a glass of milk. I don't like milk. There we go. Right, let's let that set up for a little. Then we're going to come back and put some decorative pieces on the top to really evoke those autumn feelings. So we've firmed up a little and we are ready to decorate our top, and for that we shall be using some annatto seeds. I think they've got a really gorgeous kind of rusty red colour that's going to go well with the autumn theme. We're going to be using some dried apple slices that I have just cut in half, and we're going to be using these little things which I've been reliably informed are called putka pods, and apparently grow on trees in Australia. I'm going to be honest, I'd never even heard of them until I saw them for sale in a shop the other day, and they kind of remind me of little pumpkins, so I thought they'd look really sweet on the soap. And I'm going to start with the annatto seeds, and I'm just going to sprinkle them just down this side of the soap. Just kind of letting them fall where they will. And now we're just going to take these individual little putka pods, and I do apologise, I'm probably pronouncing that completely wrong, but I'm not entirely sure how to pronounce it, and I'm just going to place each one just down next to the seeds. And as you can see, I have marked out where these bars are going to be cut, because I want to make sure that I'm not placing anything in a cutting line because I don't want to lose any of these, and also cutting through these dried ingredients would be incredibly hard. So I need to make sure that when I'm placing them where there is not going to be a cut. And I've got to say as well, this soap is smelling absolutely delicious straight away. It is. It's so much stronger than essential oils. And I do love using the essential oils in the soap that we sell, and our customers enjoy having the soaps with the natural essential oils. But I thought some people like different things. That's what makes the world so exciting. So I thought different people like different things. Let's give one a go with a fragrance oil. And I'd have nothing against using this one myself. I say it is safe. It is a tested fragrance oil. We're using it within the limits, so it's going to be safe to use. And it's just going to give us a smell that we wouldn't otherwise have been able to actually create with an essential oil. Right, those little pods are on now. So now we're moving on to the apple slices. And I'm going to place these on the other side, just in the corner. And this time I am being really careful not to cross over the cutting line because these apple slices are quite large. Let me turn this around, see if we can get a better view for you guys of me placing these. So making sure I'm within the lines and just pressing down into the soap. And I'm just going to continue getting these in now, and then this soap will be complete. So there we go, one autumn soap complete. And when I was placing those apples, Wayne was giving me a few more facts about these little putka pods. And I just thought you guys might like to know. They are called, what's it? It's the cheese tree, you say? They're nicknamed or something?
It's from the cheese tree.
From the cheese tree.
Because they resemble little wheels of cheese.
Yeah, they resemble little wheels of cheese. But, my friends, there is an uncommon variety called, what's it called? Pubens.
Yeah.
Which is also called what?
the hairy cheese tree.
The hairy cheese tree. And they're called pubens. That's just... Are you not making that up? That's serious.
That is. Well, it's off the internet.
It's off the internet. Well, there you go. So we've all learned something today,
It's bound to
people.
be true.
These are the putka pods, but you can also get the pubens, also known as the hairy cheese tree fruit. Lovely. And on that note, we shall leave you for another 24 or 48 hours. Then we'll come back and chop up our autumn soap and see how it smells and see how it looks. We shall see you then.
Hairy cheese!
So it's been 24 hours and we are back with the cinnamon and apple soap. And I've got to say, the scent from this is amazing. It really is hitting me in the face, like kind of like, pow, have some smell, have some smell. It's almost verging to me on overpowering. So I think next time I might use 1% rather than 2%. Or it could just be that I am so used to using essential oils in soaps, which are very subtle, that using something with a bit more scent is just kind of like assaulting my nose, but in a good way, because it does smell really good as well. So let's show you the inside of this soap. Let's take this one here. And there we go. I am so happy with the colour that we've got here from the Sangria mica powder. I think that is the perfect choice for an autumn apple soap. It does match the red of the apple skin there really nicely, and I think the swirls turned out nicely too. We have got slight drag marks and slight discoloration here from the annatto seeds on top. When you put botanicals on the top of soaps, they can sometimes go a little bit brown. I'm not sure if these are going to get any worse or if it is just the seeds kind of leaching their colour out a little. So next time we may swap the seeds out with something else, but if it doesn't get any worse, it's not a major problem in my mind. So yeah, pretty happy with how today's soap has turned out. It's definitely autumnal, and I'm looking forward to being able to use it in my bathroom too. So thank you for watching us making this autumn soap today. We've had a lot of fun doing it, and I think we've had a little bit of beginner's luck with the way it actually kind of worked out so well, especially with that fragrance. So that fragrance worked beautifully in the soap, which I'm really pleased about. They're smelling beautiful. I'm really liking the smell of them, even if it is still slightly on the strong side. But let us know as well in the comments box whether you prefer soaps with fragrance oils or essential oils, or whether you'd like to see us do a few more with fragrance oils, because we kind of want to produce videos that you guys want to watch. So let us know what your personal preference is. I'm thinking we might do the odd video with fragrance oils, but we will obviously keep it predominantly the essential oils or the unscented, because that's kind of what we're about. But there's nothing wrong with changing up what you're about now and again. Do have a look at our website if you want to, which is here, and if you wanted to purchase anything you can do so with a discount code that's here. If you've enjoyed today's video, we would really appreciate a like or a subscribe or a comment. Talk to us, have a conversation, let's connect, everybody, let's connect. And we will see you next week, and next week we're going to be making a rose themed soap, and we've already made it, and I'm not going to lie, it came out beautifully, so don't miss that one. That's next Friday. We'll see you then. Bye.